Happy Thursday. I'm currently on my way to work. I have a longer day today, so I thought I'd hop on and say hello. I ended up not going to work yesterday. I had a weird day yesterday. I don't know if it's a time change. I don't know if it's because I took my shot on Tuesday. But I literally slept, I feel like, most of yesterday. I've just been so tired these last going on like 2 weeks now, and I'm not sure why. The only thing that's different is the time change, so maybe that fucked with me more than I anticipated for it to. But I have a longer day today, so I thought I'd hop on since I didn't chat with you guys yesterday. But anyways, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about some more non-scale victories now that we are on my 8th week? I think it's my 8th week of Manjaro and of this like journey. I have made another non-scale victory video, but that was a few weeks ago. So one of the biggest things is my stomach is like definitely deflating. Like it's decently far away from the steering wheel now. And up until, I don't know, maybe late last year, I never truly had an issue with my stomach like pressing against the steering wheel. I mean, obviously it was always kind of close, but like I never had an issue with it actually touching the steering wheel. Even at my heaviest weight, which was 321 pounds. I started this part of my journey at 306. I have not been 321 in over 7 years now. But even then, I don't remember my stomach ever like truly touching the steering wheel. And a few months ago, even though I was, only 306, my stomach for sure was uncomfortable up against the steering wheel. Like I could feel it when I would turn the wheel, and that has like never happened to me, so that scared the shit out of me, which is one of the like reasons why I was like, okay, that's a little bit of a wake-up call. I need to get that, like I need to really work on my shit. And so now I'm driving, or else I would show you. Maybe I'll try to take a picture and insert it. But now I'm not near the steering wheel anymore. Even if I poked my stomach out as hard as I could, it doesn't touch it. I can Anyways, so that's a cool one. I also have been walking. We have a little pond, literally like less than a minute from my house, that has a really nice walking trail, like a walking path. And my friend has been kicking my ass into gear, and the last 2 nights we've been going and walking that pond. I don't know what the distance is of it. My husband says he thinks it's about a mile. I don't know if it is. I'll have to use like my watch, or maybe that Map My Run app, because that's a really good app. I think it's free. I don't think I pay for it. I'm pretty sure it's free. Where you can like map your workouts. You can map running, you can map weightlifting, you can map walking, bicycle, just a bunch of stuff. And I always use it for walking. And so maybe I'll do that so I can see exactly what the distance is. But we've been walking that, and we've only been doing 1 lap, but I feel confident enough that I would be able to do 2. I am not in any pain at all in my knees, in my back, which is huge for me, because a lot of the times if I walk too far distances, my lower back locks up and it's like so uncomfortable, or I sweat really bad. and none of that has been happening. It's been in the high 70s here where I live, or I would say 70s, low 70s to mid 70s. Today it's going to be like 80. And so that's helping too, because the weather is just so fucking nice. And so yeah, we're gonna try to go walking every night. One of the funny things is that accountability is such a huge part of why I make these videos, because I feel like I have people on here that will kind of question where I am. That actually happened on, I think it was, what was it, Monday or over the weekend. I hadn't posted because I was in Connecticut, and someone commented on one of my posts in the community section just saying, where are you? And it really like made me realize just how many people, like, even if it's only one person, even if it's only 5 people, if it's 20 people, like actually watch my videos and take in what I'm saying and are like rooting for me. And so accountability is huge, and again, a good reason why I make these videos. But these videos are only like a 15, 20, 10 minute snap of usually my mornings. And so there's a lot more that goes on throughout my day that sometimes can be, you know, unmotivating. I'm tired, it makes me cranky. And those are the times that I need the help the most. And so a friend of mine had to come over like 2 weeks ago or so. She lives like 2 streets over from us, and her and her husband are an older couple. Me and my husband are in our 30s, and they're in their 60s, 70s. And we just hit it off with them, and we are very, very good friends with them now. Have been for the last few years. And so she came over asking, you know, would you guys like to start walking? Like, let's start a routine now that it's getting nicer out. And I said, absolutely. Well, when the time came to go walking 2 days ago, actually, what day is it? Today's Thursday. Monday, she reached out to me, and for some reason my phone didn't show me the text message, which was strange. My phone's been a little weird lately. So the following day, she texted me again saying, you know, I'm gonna go to the pond, do you want to come with me? And my mind was like, well, I should, but I really am not in the mood. It was my uncle who had passed, or who passed 2 years ago almost. It was his birthday on Tuesday, and I had so much shit to do once I got home from work. I needed to meal prep because I wasn't able to do it over the weekend. Make dinner, shower, laundry, all this stuff. I had all of these excuses. And I told her, listen, I have a lot to get done tonight. I'll text you around 7. And if I'm done with everything, like, yeah, I'll go with you. Kind of subconsciously knowing that I wasn't going to be done. So, like, that was my excuse, so that I didn't just outright say no. And around 6:45, I texted her letting her know we had just sat down for dinner, which was not a lie, we did. And her response back was, so did I. And I was like, shit. And so I said, you know, I still have a lot of shit to get done, so I don't think I'm going to be able to come tonight. And she's awesome, and she's so funny. And she responded back basically saying, listen, if my old ass can get up and go walk for a little while and go to bed 10 minutes later than normal, then, like, you also can. And I knew she was right, but I also was like, ugh, I really just don't want to. I'm just not in the mood. About 10 minutes later, she texts me, I'll come and pick you up in 15 minutes. You know, let me know if you want to come. I didn't answer because I was contemplating. And about 15 minutes later, I get another text from her saying, I'm in your driveway, now is your last chance. And at first I thought she was joking. And sure enough, I checked our cameras, and there she was sitting in the driveway. And at that point, I was like, well, she's already here. It's only 20 minutes out of my night or out of my day. Like, I might as well just go. And I think subconsciously my mind was telling me, your back's gonna hurt, you're gonna sweat, you're not gonna be able to keep up, you're gonna be exhausted, you're gonna be out of breath. Like, I didn't want to do it because I didn't think my body could do it. I didn't think I was gonna, which sounds so stupid because walking is just a normal everyday thing. But when you're plus size, normal everyday things are 5 times harder than the average person. But she had pushed me so much to where I was like, you know what, I'll just go. And it was actually good because then my husband was like, you know what, I kind of want to go too. And in turn, he met us there with our dog, which meant all of us got exercise in. And it showed me that, wow, this was actually really easy. Granted, again, it's not like we fucking hiked 3 hours. It's not like we went running. But it was a nice, relaxing walk around this beautiful pond as the sun was going down, chatting with a good friend. And I was just able to walk. I was definitely a little out of breath, because I was talking so much, but that, not like out of breath in the sense where I needed to like stop and take a break. I just kind of like could feel that I was talking a little quick, and that made me a little out of breath. It really like dawned on me that, hey, you're down over 25 pounds. So things that were hard for you or harder for you are going to be less hard now because you have 25 pounds less weight weighing you down. And so yesterday we went back again and walked. And this time it was not a fight to get me out of the house. It was not a internal battle of if I want to go. It was a, yeah, I can do that. That's easy. I can do that. And hopefully if I'm out of work early enough tonight, we'll go again. And so it's just nice to have that sense of like community and having someone to help keep you accountable in real life, like other than things like this. I mean, I have my sister, I have my family, I have my other friends, but unfortunately all of my family and friends live back home, which is 10 hours away. So me and my sister can text as many times as we want. You know, we really should, let's wake up in the morning and exercise together. Let's, when we get home from work, do an exercise video. But it's easier to not follow through with those things when you don't have someone literally pulling in your driveway being like, bitch, get in the car, we're gonna go walk, and we owe this to ourselves, and like all of those things. So I'm very grateful for my friend and how she forced me, in a sense, to do something that I knew was going to be good for me to do. And I'm very excited that my body like proved to me that I am capable of doing these things without feeling like I'm gonna die. So that's another huge non-scale victory for me. Other things are, for example, putting on my sneakers. Like I put on my sneakers to go, obviously, for our walk, and I didn't have to sit down or do that awkward like sit half on the couch or the chair or the bed and like turn my body and lift one leg up type thing. I was able to just kick my leg up, put it on my other knee while standing up, put my shoe on. I've always had good balance, so I'll give myself that, but my belly has always been in the way, and like I couldn't get my leg up high enough to like sit on my knee to put my shoe on. So I was able to do that rather easily. What else is there? I just feel less inflamed. I'm putting on, I have some shorts on today because again, it's going to be 80 degrees here. So I have shorts on that last year, not that they were tight on me in any way, But I definitely feel like I feel like they're higher up, because they're not like being expanded as far, if that makes sense. So clothes are definitely feeling better. I would say another non-scale victory is when I sat on the airplane and didn't need a seatbelt extender. Usually I fly American Airlines, and on their flights I have never needed a seatbelt extender, but they're also like, the airplanes that they fly are a little bit newer, so their seats, I think they're kind of more fat people friendly, because their seats are just wider in general, and their seat belts are bigger. Like if you were to fly Delta or what was that other one that I flew, United, their seats are like standard size, and so they're kind of smaller, and I've always needed a seatbelt extender with them. Now when we flew home, we most recently we flew kind of like a budget airline, because that airline flew right into where my sister had her baby. And so this is the first time we've ever flown this airline, and it's an older airplane, and I did a lot of research about the seats and all that stuff before, you know, booking the flight and everything, but it just made no sense, so like we had to. And the seats definitely were snug. I didn't need a seatbelt extender, but I did need my husband's help like putting it on. So yeah, those are some of the non-scale victories that I feel like have happened most recently. I'm definitely excited to see what else comes. I'm really hoping I can stay on track easily when I'm home or back home with my family and my sister and everything. I leave on Saturday. Let me know if you guys want to see like a travel vlog or anything like that. I'm really hoping that I can stay on track and kind of just, you know, keep my head up and do what I need to do. I mean, my family's very supportive, so it's not like they're going to make it hard for me. It's just when you're out of your routine and your environment, it's just easier to slip up. So, but knowing that I had a harder time when I was there over the weekend and everything, I think because that's on the front of my brain, I know to kind of keep an eye out for the warning signs of me struggling. So that's definitely going to be on the forefront of my brain, so that hopefully I don't have the same issues, because just like my therapist says, you know, or my husband's therapist I should say, actually, if you mess up one time or if you do something wrong one time, it's okay, because it's a learning experience. You learn from that. If it happens the second time, then you're starting to form a bad habit and you're just creating excuses as to why it happened. So I will be thinking about that as I go home, because before last week it was new. I slipped up because I was not prepared, and now I know. And if I slip up again and I let myself have all of these things that I know are going to trigger me into spiraling the second time around, well, then that's on me this time. So that's my plan. Those are my non-scale victories. And leave some of your non-scale victories in the comments. I would love to hear them. And I will see you guys tomorrow.